everybody. My name's Deanna. I'm the director of the wellness department at G-Bon in Buffalo, New York. And today I'm going to be leading you through a nice, super slow flow yoga today. So our traditional sequence is usually vinyasa flow, which is obviously 3 steps faster than what we're going to be doing today. So usually I do slow flow. You'll see my other videos. But today we're going to be focusing more on breathing, stretching for the rest of the day. Get our bodies moving, wake our minds up. So all you need is a yoga mat or a fitness mat, or even a rug will be just fine. A nice soft surface. If you want to put some music on that you really like in the background, on a low volume, you can go ahead and do so, as long as you still hear the sound of my voice so that I give you the proper alignment of all our postures. So with yoga, you really want to connect each sensation that you're feeling in your body, your muscles, everything you move with your breath. And I'll help guide you along the way, but always remember to just breathe. So we will get started in a seated position. If you want to come with your glutes on the top of your heels, or if you want to cross your legs like a pretzel, if that's more comfortable for you, you can go ahead and sit up nice and tall and gently close your eyes. Start to focus on the sound and the rhythm of your natural breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Noticing how your chest expands and how the air travels all the way down to your belly and it gets big. With each exhale, expelling all the air from your belly through your chest, out through your nose. Start to lengthen your inhales with each exhale. Nice and fluid breaths. Together we'll do a nice breathing exercise using the count of 5. So wherever you are in your breath, exhale, exhale, exhale. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose on a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to your normal breaths in and out through the nose. Relax any facial muscles. Relax your shoulders down, away from the ears, still sitting up tall. We'll take one more cleansing breath together. So wherever you are in your breath, exhale, exhale, exhale. Take the deepest inhale of the day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return to your normal breath in and out through the nose. And cleansing breaths serve our bodies by releasing heat. Whether we're doing tough poses or we're constantly moving, it's nice to bring in some cleansing breaths. And throughout our practice, we'll be practicing Ujjayi breaths. Ujjayi breaths are inhales and exhales through the nose with a slight constriction on the back of the throat on the exhale. So it's as if you're fogging up a mirror with your mouth closed. It can be audible. It should sound like the waves of the ocean or Darth Vader. Try not to expel anything too forceful. These breaths should be fluid, mindful. And take this moment to make a dedication or an intention for your practice. Whether it's to dedicate your practice to a certain special someone who needs a little extra love right now, or whether it's a positive quote, mantra, or phrase that resonates with you, helps keep you in the present moment, and helps you bring your attention to what really matters the most, whatever that is. Everybody's different. Start to flutter your eyes open, or you can have a soft gaze out in front of you, slightly down. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, stretching through your fingertips, up and out of the waist. Bring your palms together, look at your fingertips. And on an exhale, bend your elbows and bring your palms to your heart. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, look at your fingertips, belly up and in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, chin is parallel to the floor. One more. Inhale, your arms up overhead, reach through your fingertips, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Release your hands on your knees. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Keep your shoulders down and back. Feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. And then start to tilt your chin down slightly. So you're going to feel the release of the mid-side neck, which tends to be a lot of people have a lot of soreness there. So it's good to warm up the most tense places in our bodies, which tend to be our neck or hips. Inhale, your eye gaze back to center. And reach your left ear now to your left shoulder. If it helps to extend your right arm to keep that shoulder down and really elongate the right side of your neck, you can go ahead and do so. Start to bring your chin slightly down. Feel how the tension travels. But now we're promoting release. Now bring your chin all the way down, feeling the flexion in the back of the neck. Sitting up tall. Inhale, your eye gaze back to center. Keep your shoulders down, slightly bring out your chest, and bring your eye gaze to the wall behind you, very slowly. Breathe length in the back of your neck, so you never want to dump your head back. You still want to use your neck muscles, but counteract the flexion that we just did. And that's opening our heart space. And release your head back to center. You can still stay seated, or I like to come onto my knees. I like to tuck my feet beneath if you want to feel some flexion in the back of your arches, especially if you have flat feet like me. Just sitting up tall. Place your right hand on your side of your mat and reach your left arm up and over your head. Breathing length to the left side of the torso as well as the right side of the torso. You don't want to dump to the side, you want to reach up. Inhale, both arms to center. Release your left hand down to the side of you on your mat and reach your right arm up and over. Keep your right shoulder back towards the wall to keep your chest lifted and open to the front of the room. Bring your eye gaze up. Reach both arms up. One more on each side. Place your right hand down. Reach your left arm up and over. Eye gaze follows overhead. Inhale, both arms back to center. Release the left arm down. Reach the right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms back to center. And release your arms down at your side. Very nice. So you're here in pretzel position, if that's where you are. I want you to release your right leg and place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Lift up and out of the waist, reach your arms up over your head. Start to angle your body towards your right thigh so that your torso is parallel. And start to hinge at the hips with a flat spine. And reach where is accessible to you, whether it's your shin or maybe it's all the way down. But as long as you keep a flat spine, you'll feel the tension in the back of the legs and the hamstrings. And anytime you feel tension, take all that oxygen and send it to those places to give it more space, to loosen it up. Place your right hand on your shin and reach your left arm up and over. Now you're getting the flexion on the left side of the body, just like we did previously, but now we're stretching into our right hip flexor as well. Release your torso back up and swap legs. Place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. You can flex your left foot to keep your left calf muscle down on the mat, nice and flat. Inhale your arms up overhead. Twist your torso to the left so it's in line with your leg. Hinge over with a flat spine, releasing down wherever is accessible to you. Release your head and neck down. Keep your left hand on your shin. Reach your right arm up and over your head, opening your chest up to the front of the room. Reach your right shoulder back towards the wall behind you. Now feeling the stretch in the right side of your torso. Keeping both shoulders down away from the ears. Release your arms down by your side. Lift your torso back up. Extend both legs out so you're straddling the mat. Flex the toes towards the face. Or if you want to point your toes, you can go ahead and do that. Whatever feels good. Place your hands down and start to walk your hands in front of you until you feel a little pinch in your inner thighs or your hip flexors. Just to stretch it out. Provide mobility, flexibility. Even if it's all the way up here, that's completely fine. We just got to keep practicing and pushing our body's limits in a safe and appropriate manner. You never want to force pain on yourself or do something that doesn't feel right in your body. Keep those shoulders down. You could even release your head and neck. Keep that spine straight. Open your chest a little bit more. You'll feel your hamstrings open up as you open your chest a little bit more. And press your hands down into the mat or the floor. Walk your hands back up. Bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly. Lift up through the spine. We'll do some cow-cat in a seated position. So on an inhale, open your chest to the front of the room. You can grab your ankles. And on an exhale, round the spine, bringing your chin to your chest, sitting back a little bit to open up the backside body. Inhale, lift your chest up, reaching forward. Exhale, round the spine, bring your chin to your chest. Feel the release of your spine, the expansion of the backside body. Inhale, open your chest forward, leave your chin parallel. Exhale, round the spine. Sitting up tall, roll your neck all the way up and down, 3 times to the right. And then reverse the direction 3 times to the left. Bring your chin to your chest. Bring your eye gaze all the way to the wall in front of, behind you. Just get out any nicks. All right, come back to center. And we're going to lie down on our backs. Inhale your arms up and over your head for a full body stretch, stretching through your fingers and your toes. And on an exhale, hug your knees into your chest, come into a tight little ball. Rock side to side. Grab a hold of your shins and start to make little hip circles by making circles on the ceiling with your knees. So you can bring your knees away from each other and then bring them back, mini circles. You do one at a time, or both at a time. Going as wide as you want, because you have a ball and socket joint right at your hips, which is the widest range of motion. Extend your legs up to the ceiling, flex the toes towards your face. You'll feel nice flexion in the back of your legs. Press your hands into your mat. Keep the neck long by bringing your chin slightly down towards your chest. Shoulders down into your mat. You should have a flat spine here. So if you have to bring your pelvis a little bit tilted up to keep your spine completely flat, then go ahead and try that. You don't want any curvature in that spine. On an inhale, release the right leg down slowly, flexing the right toes towards the face until it slightly hovers the floor beneath you. And on an exhale, bring the right leg back up. Inhale the left leg down, up to a hover. Exhale, contract your abs, bring the left leg back up. Both legs, inhale. Bring the legs all the way down, using your abdominal muscles, only going as far as you can to keep a flat spine on your mat. And on an exhale, release the legs back up. Hug your knees back into your chest. Nice little squeeze. Place your hands behind your thighs, behind your hamstrings. You should have a 90-degree angle with your knee, your thigh, and your calf muscles. Lift your head and neck around the spine. Rock and roll up and down. Getting every inch of your spine, avoiding the neck. And once you rock and roll a few times, on the way up, you're going to cross your ankles, place your hands down, come into tabletop. Stacking shoulders over your wrists, hips right over your knees. Tuck your toes beneath you. Spread your fingers out really, really wide. Slightly grip with those fingertips and really suction cup the middle of your palm and plant all 4 corners of your hand into the mat to avoid any pressure in your wrists. So you're tucking your toes, you're pressing into your hands, so now you're rounding your spine like cat, puffing up the space in between your shoulder blades. Keeping the tailbone down, your belly up and in. On an exhale, press into the mat and slightly hover your knees an inch off the mat. You're not moving anything but just lifting your knees. And by really contracting your abs, pressing into your mat, pumping up the space, it'll be a lot easier. Extend your right leg. We're starting to go into plank. And when you're ready, extend both legs out behind you. You're in one straight line, stacking shoulders over your wrists, heels right over your toes. And on an exhale, slowly lower all the way down until your belly reaches the mat. Placing your fingertips right by your collarbone and your thumb in the middle of your chest region, hugging your elbows in close to your body. Activate your glutes and your legs by really zipping them together and pressing into the tops of your feet. Once you do that, on an inhale, lift your chest to the front of the room using your back muscles to keep you lifted. And on an exhale, slowly bring your forehead back down onto the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. There should be little or no weight into those hands, really squeezing your back muscles here. And slowly bring your forehead down. This time we're going to extend our arms and come into full cobra. So lift our chest, extend our arms. If you have to walk your arms a little bit further away from your torso because it's a little too tense, then go ahead and do so. You could come even into more of a seal posture, which is your hands are at each corner of the mat, basically, and your palms twist to the right on your right hand and to the left on your left hand. Slowly lower your forehead down to the mat, bend the elbows. Place your hands right under your elbows. Hug your elbows into your body. Tuck your toes, lift your kneecaps off the mat, squeeze your glutes. Take a deep inhale. And on an exhale, press into your fingers, lift up into plank. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, pressing away from your hands, lifting your hips all the way to the sky. Bend your knees deeply if you have really tight hamstrings and lower back tension. But press away from your hands so that your belly can fall into the top of the thighs. Your shoulders shouldn't be stacked over the wrists here. Feet are hip width distance apart. On an inhale, lift your heels all the way up. Feel your arches stretch. Exhale, slowly bring your heels to the earth. Inhale, lift your heels, come onto your tippy toes, squeeze your abs, and slowly bring your heels down. One more, lift your heels all the way up, and take baby steps all the way to your hands, keeping your legs straight, your hips lifted. Squeeze those abs, separate your feet hip width distance apart for ragdoll. Bend your knees deeply, let your belly fall on your thighs, release your head and neck down. You can grab onto either elbows. You can rock side to side. I really like straightening one leg, and then straightening the other leg to work into the hamstrings. It's nice to bring in some organic movement of your choice. Because this is your own rhythm, your own dance, I'm just here to guide you. So really connect to what your body can do and enjoy it. Release your hands, heel toe your feet together. Bend your knees slightly, let your head and neck really hang and your arms hang down, and slowly rise to standing. Stacking each vertebrae one at a time until your head comes up, your chin is parallel to the earth. And on an inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Look at your fingertips, bring your palms together. On an exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, lead with the flat spine all the way down. Aiming to bring your belly to your thighs, releasing your head and neck. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, come up halfway. You want a flat spine and a long neck here. And on an exhale, plant your hands down, step into your downward facing dog. And this is where you can go through your own flow. And the traditional Sun A sequence would be Chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and stepping back into downward facing dog. And we'll go over that in just a minute. So on an inhale, lift your heels up, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your nose to your knees. Place your hands by your sides. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep up, palms come together to touch, look at your fingertips. Listen carefully. On an exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the chest with a flat spine all the way down. Inhale, hands to shins, come up halfway, shoulders back and away from the ears. Exhale, plant your hands, listen carefully. Bring your knees down onto the mat. And we'll do a modified chaturanga. Inhale, shift your weight forward so your shoulders come past the wrist creases. And on an exhale, lower down by bringing your elbows close to your body. And on an inhale, lift your chest up to the front of the room in upward facing dog or cobra. Upward facing dog, your hands are more by your hip flexors. Cobra is more relaxed, more restorative, less tension here. By bringing your hip flexors down. Tuck your toes beneath you. Press your hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg up, flex the right toes towards the face. And on an exhale, plant your right foot to frame. Plant the right foot with that or in between your hands. I'm not even speaking this English in the morning. Plant your left heel down. Angle your left toes to the top left corner of your mat. Keep your right knee bent over your right ankle. Lift your torso and stack your shoulders over your hips. Send that right hip point back, left hip point forward, so that your hips are parallel to the wall in front of you. So they should be in one line. So you may have to step your left foot out to the left a little bit so that your right and left feet are not in one line. So you have to stagger your feet as if you're on a railroad track. Lift your arms up and over your ears, belly up and in. Exhale, plant your hands to frame the right foot. Step back into your downward facing dog. Press away from the hands, lift those hips. Inhale, lift the left leg up, flex the left toes towards the face. On an exhale, plant the left foot in between your hands. Seal the right heel down. Keep that left knee bent over the left ankle, right toes facing towards the top right corner of your mat. Inhale your arms up overhead, pinkies face in towards each other to activate the arm muscles. Belly up and in, left hip back, right hip point forward. Eye view straight ahead. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down, step into your downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg, bend your right knee, open your hips to the right of the room. Release the hip joint by making some hip circles, loosening it up. Releasing your right leg down. On an inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips to the left side of the room. Make some circles on this side. Making sure that you keep the traditional downward facing dog upper body. So that means you may have to bring the left armpit down so that your shoulders are in one line and you're bearing equal weight in your hands. Release your left leg back down. On an inhale, reach the right leg back up. And on an exhale, half pigeon. Bring your right knee behind the right wrist. Swivel out your right ankle between your left wrist and your left knee. Extend your left leg out behind you. You can stay lifted, opening your chest, front of the room. Or you can come onto your forearms or all the way down. You can also do figure four, laying down on your back instead of this position if it's not feeling good in your body. So figure four is laying down on your back flat. One leg stacks over the other, bending at the right knee, for instance. Interlacing your fingers behind the left hamstring and giving yourself a little nice tug, or just staying right there because that's enough. This is really just to open up that right hip flexor, release any tension. It's especially after you're cycling or you're sitting all day. It's really important, especially because we hold a lot of emotion in our hips as they tend to be the most tight. Really lengthen your breaths here. Really be in tune with every inhale, every exhale. Sending all that oxygen to those tight places. Come back up. You can come into tabletop. Wherever you are, just shake the leg. And if you want to come from tabletop or downward facing dog, you just bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Swivel out your left foot so it's in the space between your right knee and your right wrist. Extend the right leg out behind you, half pigeon on the left side. Or if you want to do figure four, your right leg would be lifted up in the air on your back. Bend your left knee over your right thigh. Mind starts to wander, really just focus on your own natural rhythm of your breath. But not only that, focus on your dedications and intentions that you made for your practice to help keep you in the present moment. Come back up, release the left leg, shake it out, loosen it up. Come onto your sit bones, extend your legs out in front of you, extend your arms out in front of you. And on an exhale, hinge back, flex those toes and really work your abdominal muscles as you flatten your spine on the mat beneath you. Inhale your arms up overhead. And on an exhale, interlace your fingers beneath the right knee. And hug that right knee in close to your right armpit, avoiding the rib cage. Feeling the stretch in the hip flexor. And on an exhale, supine twist. Send your right knee across your body to the left, stacking hips on top of each other. Sending your right arm out to your side with your palm facing up. You place your left hand on top of your right thigh. If you need a little bit of more deepening, use it as a tool. Or just let the own natural gravity of your hip hinging over give that back nice deep opening on its own. Keeping both shoulders down on the mat. Bring your right leg back up to center and release your right leg down next to your left. Bend your left knee, interlace your fingers behind the left knee and hug your left leg tight in close to your body, hugging your elbows really tight into your torso, sending that left knee, left armpit. Keeping that right foot flexed to keep the calf planted on the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, get long. On an exhale, send the left knee across your body over to the right, stacking hips, extending your left arm out to the left of you with your palm facing up. Slowing down your breath. Release the left leg back up to center. Bend both knees for happy baby, opening your hips out wide, grabbing the outsides or the insides of your feet, keeping your entire length of your spine down on your mat, so it should be nice and flat. People tend to lift their hips up here. You want to really press your feet into your hands and your hands into your feet so that you can keep your spine completely long and completely flat. And to even feel more of a stretch in your hip flexors. You could work straighten one leg if you want to go into the hamstrings. You could even do both legs if you want to get fancy today. Release your legs down in front of you for a meditative piece, Shavasana, or corpse pose. Taking as much or as little space as you want, arms out wide, feet out wide, palms facing up for receiving, palm facing down for more grounding, being more in tune with yourself. Start to close your eyes and release any facial expression that you may have or any tension you may be holding in certain areas of your face, whether it's the corners of your eyes, the space in between your eyebrows, even your jaw. By slightly parting the mouth, letting the tongue float in the hollows of your mouth, and really provide full relaxation. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Release any air from your body. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Take a deep inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out of your mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return to your normal breaths in and out through the nose. And take the next couple minutes or so to yourself in silence to really fully experience the mind-body connection and really fully surrender. Shavasana. Start to bring movement back into the body. Wiggle toes, wiggle fingers. Slowly rock your head side to side. Roll out the wrists, roll out the ankles. And on a deep inhale, reach your arms up and over your head for a full body stretch. And on an exhale, hug your knees tight into your body. Come into a tight little ball, grabbing at either elbows. Rocking over to one side, letting your curves hit the earth as you give yourself this nice tight squeeze and hug. And come up to a comfortable seat when you're ready, sitting up tall. Bringing your palms together at heart center to feel your heartbeat, and bow in. Taking this moment to really appreciate all the dedications and intentions that we made for our practice today, and surrounding them with light and love and joy. Thank you all for joining me today. It's my honor and duty to guide you through your own yoga journey to really connect the mind, body, and spirit, and to help you focus on what matters the most, especially in this crazy time and crazy days to come. Namaste. Thank you all again. I hope you enjoy this nice, relaxing yoga session today. You can check out my other videos if you want more muscle engagement and a little bit more high-pace, energy-focused workout. And I will see you next week, and we'll be doing some chair yoga. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you all soon. Have a good day.